took off the masthead light. And so, you know, it's probably from 1977, probably older than me.
Did you put an LED one in?
No, couldn't find anything around here.
Your pointer's looking good there too, yeah?
Yeah.
She's looking beautiful.
That's brand new.
Yeah.
Did you go to
Pointing like anywhere the wind wants to go.
Yeah, every time the boat like rocks, it moves with it.
Oh yeah, that too.
Like,
But when the winds are strong, it works like perfectly.
yeah.
Islander, dude.
So, as all things go, it didn't go quite as smooth as what we were hoping for. We start the boat, we turn on our running lights, and 2 of them aren't working. We just really had to get the stern light working. So I had to get into the lazarette, play with wires while Justin's watching the light going, okay there, and I duct taped it. So, you know, that's definitely a good way to start your trip. Maybe that was when it got real. Neither of us have ever crossed a channel before. We're kind of cruising along, not going too fast. All of a sudden, like, the wind picks up and we start moving, and then some clouds roll in and it starts raining. And I'm looking up at Justin like, are we really doing this? And within minutes, the rain passes us and stops. The wind dies.
I've been before, floating by the spires, such tales the water.
Crossing the channel, I'm watching the sunrise behind Molokai, and Oahu's behind me, and it was just gorgeous. I learned this trip that the best time of night is the moment right before the sun comes up.
How's my hair look?
It looks amazing. Nice and windblown. We just had such great wind through the channel, and we were just healing so beautifully. We ended up at an anchorage called Lono. We decided to pull in because we wanted to clean the bottom of the boat. Justin had cleaned it before we went, but he didn't have a chance to finish. He was pretty sure that our slow speeds, they had something to do with the fact that the bottom wasn't completely clean.
I really like sailing in 12 to 15 knots on this boat. Handles really well.
So we anchored, and I made us dinner, and Justin jumped in. That was the only time the entire trip that we stopped. So we're about to leave Lono, and we decide we should give the gods, Lono and La'amaumau, who is the wind god, some offerings. I went down below, and I had these double chocolate chip cookies. We asked if they would give us some extra wind and safe passage. I threw the cookie in, off we went. We were just cruising along the south shore of Molokai. All of a sudden, the wind would shift and we would be turned around and going back the way we came. Justin's super tired, and so he lays back and he's got the tiller in his hand. He's kind of looking at the stars. I had just crawled out of the cabin and I look over and there is like this wall of water coming at us. At this point, Justin realizes he needs to sleep. The swell is getting bigger and bigger, and I'm scared. I don't tell him I'm scared, but I'm scared. Justin points at the GPS and he's like, okay, just follow this line. And then he goes, don't hit that island or that island. It's the last thing you want somebody to tell you when they're about to go take a nap. That was the longest that Justin slept the entire trip, and that was the scaredest I'd been the entire trip. At this point, we have Maui in front of us, Molokai behind us, Lanai on the side of us, and it's still dark out, and you can see all the lights of Maui. And then the sun comes up. The most breathtaking moment I think I have ever had.
How was your night?
Long, dark, not too wet.
Except for my part.
Yeah. I slept the best of any time since we left.
Yeah.
So, glad to put this right here, right now, which is pretty cool.
Then we got closer to Maui, and our wind died. It was like a lake, and it was hot. And we start coming up on Molokini. And we're starting to get wind again. We turn off the engine, put up our sails, and we head for Molokini. Getting past Molokini and getting kind of closer to La Perouse, which was the anchorage that a lot of cruisers stop at before crossing Alaunu'ihaha Channel.
How you feeling?
Help it sit just like this.
All of a sudden, the swell starts kicking in, and it's just tossing us. And the boat getting picked up and moved. I looked at Justin, and I know my eyes were just huge. He's doing the same thing back at me, and we're both, what do we do? What should we do? We start heading towards La Perouse. At this point, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That is when the channel is most powerful. We're gonna anchor, we're gonna chill out, have some dinner, maybe take a nap, wait for sunset, and cruise over the channel at night, which is usually the smarter thing to do. And we're coming up on La Perouse, and the entrance to La Perouse is just breaking out. Now what are our options? We keep going north to Hana. We'll get a better view of the channel from there, and we can decide. Or we can turn around and go back to an anchorage in Maui and stay the night there. Or we can cross.
About 2:15, we just passed Molokini, and we're about to enter the Alaunu'ihaha Channel. It's about 15 knots of wind, almost directly behind us. Only 1 to 2 foot seas. Cruising about 6.2, 6.6 knots, 6.2. So we're cooking along quite nicely.
Big decision, right? So I do what any normal person would do, and I go get a cookie. I make an offering to King Neptune, and I throw the cookie in. So turn on the radio, we're listening to the weather, and the very first thing he says is 10 knots in the Alaunu'ihaha Channel, 20 knots everywhere else.
Okay, so where are we and what time of day? And
It is 5:03 or 1700 hours, and we're about, I don't know, 4 miles away from La Perouse Bay, Maui. And wind's blowing a good steady 3 to 6 knots. And this is supposed to be the worst part of the Alanui Haha Channel, the roughest, biggest seas and strongest winds, and it's not really, barely able to make 3 knots. So we're having beers.
There's nothing happening. There's no wind, there's no swell. It's practically pushing us backwards again. And I turn around and Maui is completely black in clouds. And the sky's just turning pink, and it's beautiful, and it's calm, and I'm watching all these birds fly by, and all of a sudden Justin yells, "Whale! How are you here?"
Come on, do it again, do it again.
That could be the first sighting of the year.
Oh my God. We just saw humpback breach.
And I'm like, where did this whale go? It just like breaches out of nowhere, can't find it, we're kind of going in the direction, and then all of a sudden it breaches again, and then another one breaches. 2 humpbacks in the middle of the Alanui Haha Channel on probably one of the calmest days you could have ever passed. Then the sun came up. There's Big Island. And it was exciting because here we are, we're home. You know, the wind's kind of getting more and more mellow, and it dies.
Where are we now?
We're almost to Cape Holy Point, kind of, sort of. But there's no wind. Well, there's maybe 5 knots of wind, and we're trying to sail with 5 knots of wind on the nose. It's better than motoring.
I was texting my friends and I'm like, and we'll be there 10 a.m. Oh wait, never mind. It's gonna be more like noon, no hurry. We got in at like 2:45. That was the hardest part of the trip.